Hi, I'm Karen Crawford with God's Garden Treasures. We're a floral concierge and we're here for a surprise date challenge for your flower date to give you a few little design tips. So once you've selected your flowers from from a florist or from the grocery store, they often will come in a wrap like this, and you could just take your vase and either with a taller vase or a lower vase, just measure it and cut your stems off and drop it in. Super easy. And then the other option is to use floral foam. And I'm going to give you a few tips. You'll get a block that'll this was on the same thing, and I already cut that and got it ready. But you'll want to take a sharp knife, cut it, and this is the trick. You want to have it sit in water, and you'll get to watch through the rest of the time, and just let the weight of the water draw it down instead of pushing it, because otherwise you'll get air bubbles, and flowers like to drink water, not air. So the other thing I want to show is when you're going to use the flowers, you'll want to think about how you're using them. And the ones that are short, like this one will end up being short, I've taken the leaves off. So I've prepped some of these. But if the leaves are going to be down in the vase, you'll want to take them off so they're not in the water, because bacteria will grow there. This time I'm going to show you, if you want to do the advanced version and do something a little more creative and artistic, you can put floral foam in. And then I'm going to start with height. So I'm going to take my roses. I've got 3 roses, and if you think in designs of 3s, 5s, 7s, you want to think about triangles. So if you have 3 of these, you can make the tops of them. Let me just show you here. I'm going to take my height, and roses have a guard petal typically, so see how when you take that off it's so much cleaner. So I'm going to do this a medium height. We're going to cut at an angle, and I'm going to do this kind of one-sided. You want the stems almost all the way down to the bottom, but not so far that they're through the bottom of the floral foam. And so then we'll pick a second height for this one and bring this down. So we're kind of doing a stair step. I've got another guard petal here to take off. And the guard petals can make it look gardeny if you want to have a little more wildflowery look. Now this is going to be down inside the vase, so I want to remove that. So I'm going to make a little triangle here. Now this, I noticed that this leaf is kind of competing, so I'm just going to come in and pop that off so we have a nice clean. Now we have some of these accents. So I've got 2 stems, kind of 3 colors, but these are a little closer in color. So my suggestion is to do a little modern grouping, and I'm going to keep stair stepping where this comes down here. And this one, because it's got a really long lateral and this one is a little weak, I'm going to cut that one and just use it by itself. So then I can come down here, and then this little guy, he can place him perfectly where I want him. And then this color, because it's a little closer to that, I'm going to raise up here and have a little higher there. So you can see you've got some movement here. And you can also, instead of doing triangles, you could even make it a circle or a heart. You're on romance. And then now the other thing we want to do is just cover our base with our foam. And I love mini green hydrangea whenever you can get it, because it's got this beautiful roughly flowers, and then it's got this gorgeous foliage. Now the thing is, they do not like floral foam so much. They don't drink as well. So on this one, what we're going to do is find that spot. I should have done this first. Find that spot between the foam and the vase and just tuck it in here. Oh, that's a little tall. I'm going to tuck that down in. There we go. So it kind of fills in there. And then these leaves are also, don't throw things away too quickly. I can find another spot where it's going to be down in the water and use that. I'll show you on the back what I'm doing here is I'm tucking this again down in between the foam and giving just some extra coverage. And then the berries that I talked about using down low, I'm going to bring those over here. So the mass market design tends to divide everything up and have one rose, one spray rose, one berry, one rose. And for a more modern look, you want to group things, either by color or style. And I'm going to take these extra leaves because I just want to see the berries. And don't feel like you have to stay up. You can take this and have this come out. Now the last thing I'm going to do is take this really fun foliage, and at the grocery store they don't always come with foliage, so you might have to buy it extra. And I'm going to strip these leaves off. What I like is this, and we're going to put this in, and let me see. Yeah, so this is low and this is a little higher. I'm going to take that, pop it. Most of the flowers you want the stems all the way down. The foliage that lasts quite a while like this doesn't have to be down very far. I'm going to take a piece of bind wire, but you can use a twist tie. And I'm going to take this and place it. So I'm going to create a curve here. And then I'm just going to repeat that one more time and twist tie that in place. I'm going to take my longest one. Where are my scissors? I'm going to cut off these little laterals and get a really long piece. Because who doesn't want movement and excitement in your romance? So we're just creating the visual of some of that. So I'm going to repeat that. Just bring it in. I can even attach it at the same place. So as you're making your design, the thing is to have fun. And if you have studied art anytime recently in your life, you can think about artistic principles that you want to use. So here we've got some movement. You have your focal point of your larger flowers. You've got some color variation. So, and you think about balance too. If you have something that comes really far out this way, you want something more of visual weight this way. And in the large arrangement that we have here, you could even go larger by 4 or 5 and do something, maybe pull some branches out of your yard, not out of a neighbor's yard unless you ask. And then I just want to finish and show you what happened to the floral foam. The dry foam absorbed all the water, and so now it's all ready to go. So thanks, have a great time and have fun, and then enjoy your flowers, and don't forget to water them and change the water regularly. They'll last a lot longer.